Travis Pastrana here, and you are watching the Thunderclap iRacing Series. Grab a good boy and let's go racing.
A new storm has formed in season number 4. It's a grand national tour that ends near the California shores. Home track heroes take on big league talent. OGs return while fresh meat joins the fold. In a competition where fortune only rewards the bold. So who's willing to knock off a few doors? It's about who wants it more. In 2024.
This is what you're waiting for. I think we're ready to ride.
Clapper goes 3-1 and passes several cars. Ryan Truex gets it done.
Matt Boylan, he will celebrate here at Circuit of the Americas.
Foley comes out of the final corner to win.
Jordan Durasic will win this race.
Here they come across the line. Your race winner is going to be Matt Carey.
See, in the end, nobody really cares where you got your start. The only thing that matters is where you finish.
Brandon Slow looking to steal one. It's going to be a 3-wide finish here at Daytona as they cross the line. 4 wide to the finish. It's going to be the 94 of Robert Colgan at the line. Hallowed grounds here tonight at North Wilkesboro Speedway, the scene of round number 13 for the Thunderclap iRacing Series and the round of 8 for the RL Productions Bracket Brawl. Good evening, everybody. My name is Nick Stein. Fortunately not sick tonight, joined alongside my good friend Taylor Burris, and of course Austin Derbyshire up in the production booth. And tonight is set for a good one. You can see the balloons flying here as we are getting ready for 225 laps here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. And Taylor, once again, every week I welcome you in with open arms. It is so good to have you here in the booth with me.
It's so good to be with you as well, Mr. Nick Stein, as we are here at the hallowed grounds of North Wilkesboro Speedway, a track that has been revived thanks to the help of Dale Earnhardt Jr. and iRacing, to where we're able to enjoy this historical racetrack. And with that help of rescanning it back onto the iRacing platform, we're able to get ourselves the chance to see racing back in North Wilkesboro. In fact, we just saw them racing at the All-Star race here just a couple of days ago. So it's great to see that iRacing and Dale Earnhardt Jr. were able to help bring this track back to life here, and looking forward to racing around this 0.6 of a mile short track.
Yeah, we got a lot going on here tonight. Of course, 13th race of the season for these guys here tonight. And we're going to get a look at some championship standings here. Of course, Jordan Durasic, an absolute iron death grip over this thing so far throughout the season. 3 wins, 9 top 10s, and 11 top 5s for the driver of the 6. 140 points back to Matt Cherry, TJ DeBlasi in 3rd there. Matt Garrett, Christopher Tate rounding out your top 5 in championship standings here. But as I said, a very busy night for these guys. Is, you know, like I said, it's the 13th race of the season, so that's all normal for these guys. These guys are used to the length of the season by now. But of course, it's also the round of 8 for the RL Productions Bracket Brawl. We'll get into those matchups a little bit later. But this also starts the final 4 race run towards the playoffs for these guys. So now it's starting to get into that point where these guys are kind of getting into that playoff mentality. So I'll be curious to see if that's into play here.
Absolutely, it's been critical for a lot of drivers here, and especially when it comes to getting around this track at North Wilkesboro. Let's go over some of the keys to the victory here tonight. Utilizing the different lanes. Now, of course, this is not the freshly new repaved North Wilkesboro. It's a little bit different, but you can utilize that outside lane later on in the run. Be prepared to go up a couple of lanes as this race progresses. Now, compared to most tracks that we deal with on the iRacing platform, there's a little blue cone that you're able to track out onto the racetrack after coming off pit road. Here at North Wilkesboro, there is none. It's literally you come up on a pit road and onto the track, so you got to be careful of watch out for the racing, and well as also making no contact with anyone as you come off a pit road. And unfortunately, our producer, Mr. Austin Derbyshire, is Not a big fan of this one, but it's a one that's always important when it comes to racing at any short track. Tire management. Take care of those tires, and if you're able to do so, you will come out on top at the end of a stage or end of the race to where you can come home and win here at North Wilkesboro.
Gonna get into some of our broadcast picks here tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and take someone that we really don't talk about too much, especially outside of plate racing. I'm gonna take the 94 of Robert Colgan. I mean, he qualified 4th here tonight, so that 94 is looking quick tonight, and hopefully he can pull one out over Jordan Jurassic here.
Well, for me, I'm going with someone who's a little further back, but he's been on a bit of a hot streak here recently with some great finishes during the sense of the bracket brawl, and that's Justin Clapper in the number 63. He starts P10, but I have a feeling he can be able to sneak his way up to a win if given the chance.
Darby, of course, taking the 15 of Reed Foley. But speaking of the bracket brawl, I'll go ahead and bring up the matchups we're going to be keeping an eye on here tonight. And of course, we got in the Lightning Conference, the 1-9 matchup, Jordan Jurassic and Christopher Tate in the 21 are going head-to-head there. And then on the other side of the Lightning Conference, you got Tristan Bruce, the 5 seed, taking on Robert Walton, the 20 seed. And then we head down to the Thunder Conference. Got a bit of a repeat of last week. You got the 2 seed Matt Cherry, who is in by a little bit of a default of not a couple of drivers not showing up, but he's not going to be here tonight, I do not believe. So Kyle Bartles is going to get a free pass into the Final Four, but he's going to be facing off the 31 of Kyle Bartles, or 31 seed of Kyle Bartles. And then on the other side of the Thunder Conference, you got the 6 seed of Robert Colgan taking on Bo Condon, the 19 seed. So that's our 4 matchups we're going to be watching here tonight. But before we get into racing action here, going to go ahead and go through our starting grid on the night. And of course, I feel like I say this every week. Port Lavaca, Jordan Jurassic on pole position here tonight. 19.259 for the driver of the 6. Tristan Bruce to his outside with the 3.59. TJ DeBlasi starting in 3rd position. Robert Colgan in 4th position in that 94 machine. Matthew Montgomery in 5th position with Matt Garrett in 6th. Gregory Shepsis, after a bit of a rough race last week, starting 7th place tonight. Anthony Burleson in the 8th position. Robert Walton going to be starting 9th, and rounding out your top 10, Justin Clapper. In 11th place, it's going to be Chase Leahy in the 34. Matt Cherry going to be 12th with Reed Foley 13th. Todd Lee in 14th. Chase Albright 15th with Brandon Schumann in 16th position. Matt Holmes going to be in 17th position. Brandon Slew in 18th. Christopher Tate 19th. Joshua Corner in the 20th position. And rounding out your 24 car field tonight is going to be Kyle Bartles in 21st. Andrew Olaszewski in 22nd. Damian Neeson 23rd. And Bo Condon racing from a hotel room here tonight. Going to be starting shotgun on the field in that 25 machine. And of course, got the 2 pace laps here tonight at North Wilkesboro Speedway. So got a little bit of dead time here before we get going here tonight. Got a couple of Matthew Montgomery fans here. I almost said Jordan Montgomery. I got baseball in the mind right now.
It's all good here as they extend it out, but yeah. And actually, to correct you on that, Nick, he's actually at an Airbnb, not a hotel.
Hey, I was close. He's in Charlotte either way.
I mean, yes, but I mean, a B&B compared to a hotel room, big difference. I mean, I speak from experience going to many B&Bs and hotel rooms, and I gotta say, a B&B room is a lot nicer than a hotel room sometimes.
Oh my God, if eye rolls were audible.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, even our producer is doing it. That's how you know you're.
You know what? You know what? Bo's living it up in Charlotte. Let him have some fun.
Hey, I'm gonna be in a literal tent at Talladega. He's over here being fancy.
Well, because he's Mr. Bo Condon. He's gonna be
whatever.
fancy.
Oh my goodness, Taylor.
You know what? You and
Are already starting with the brain cell loss here.
Oh, what brain cell?
Exactly. You've already killed the one I had. Yeah, guys. So if I make a lot of mistakes, blame Taylor.
Hashtag blame Taylor. All right, we're gonna go with that tonight.
Sure thing. But as we say that, green flag in the air here very quickly here, presented by Pine Golf. And Tristan Bruce in the 21 gets a pretty good restart here over the 6 of Jordan Jurassic. That outside line seems to be really powerful here on the restarts, but definitely watch for that inside line to come back once we start to get some heat in the tires here.
Absolutely, as the field works their way through, Dorasic's trying to work that inside lane. How about TJ DeBlasi having a good run? He'll move up to P3 as they cross the line. One lap put on the board, and already that outside lane starting to be put to use by your top two as they come out of turn number 2.
Yeah, that's one thing we're going to have to see here tonight is it's so freaking hard to pass here at North Wilkesboro. We saw it in real life, and all throughout officials last week, it was almost impossible to pass. I mean, in real life, we were seeing that outside line really be used to make passes here, but it seems like on iRacing, that inside line is where you want to try and attempt your passes. But same thing that was happening in the real race. It's so incredibly hard to pass here, purely because of the dirty air that these cars produce.
It really is. And the thing is, there was a lot of great racing overall for these drivers as they work their way around the circuit, side by side between Matt Cherry and Justin Clapper here as they work their way out of the corner. Still going to hold strong as they work their way. Here comes Robert Colgan moving up through the field right now in that number 94. Actually, he's fallen quite a ways back since the start of the race.
Yeah, he came off a 4 and got a little bit loose and slammed the inside wall there, so he's got a little bit of left front damage there on that 94 machine. It's going to put a lot of work on for that 94. Oh, here off of turn number 2, Reed Foley around. First Connors Cure caution of the night here on lap number 5. Reed Foley goes spinning off of turn number 2 here. Gonna look at the TLC replay here.
Justin Clapper, Reed Foley. Does Reed get loose? Yes, he does, off of turn number 2. Great heads-up driving, though, by everyone else not to run into him. And, of course, Reed just does a nice little 360, and we'll keep on going. Burnt up the tires a little bit, I'll have to say, but he's going to still get racing here once again once we go back at it.
Yeah, that's honestly the MO of North Wilkesboro here. You're not really going to see many big wrecks here unless it's with help. So, because, you know, that banking on the backstretch there really helps get these guys to the bottom and out of the way of harm here at North Wilkesboro. It's a lot like Dover, honestly, with how wrecks kind of just clear themselves from the racing line. So that's nice, but there is still definitely some big wrecks that can happen here at North Wilkesboro, and we saw our fair share of them last week.
We really did. We saw a couple of big ones last week on the Monday night top split event with the Cup cars. Great racing overall, but we did see our fair share of some chaos that ensued at the track. But we'll see how these drivers play out. Of course, so far, everyone, except for Reed Foley, who had his little loop around Alpha Turn 2, everyone's still keeping it clean and racing hard. And impressed by Tristan Bruce and Dorasic's, they were able to keep that outside lane really rolling this early on and still maintain the top 2 spots.
Yeah, I mean, that is genuinely surprising. You say that. I mean, we're taking a look. Let's take a look at our weather real quick. I mean, this is insane here. 82 degrees air temp, 127 degrees Fahrenheit on the track temp. So, yeah, color us surprised when these guys are being able to make this outside line work here. That is actually surprising.
So one thing that we talked about when it comes to North Wilkesboro is the drivers noticed one thing. When the temperatures were hotter, when it came to the repave, of course, this isn't the repave, but still, when the temperatures were hotter and they utilized those brand new alternate tires or the red tires, they were able to see how much tire wear off and racing could happen with those tires due to the fact of the hot air or the hot track temperatures. That due to the fact later on that night they raced into the night at dark and the cooler temperatures, it affected of why we really didn't see such good racing up towards the front of the field passing for the race lead. So I think that temperature that we saw, 127 degrees, that's going to be a big factor for how these drivers here tonight will be able to race around this track.
Yeah, that does kind of explain what we saw. I kind of wish they would have done it a little bit earlier in the day than knowing that now, but it is what it is, and what happened, and of course that Ricky Stenhouse giving the business to Kyle Busch. That's always going to be funny. But we're coming to a restart here. This pace car is going to make that hard left turn back onto pit road. Reed Foley coming into the Geico restart zone here. Green flag back in the air here, presented by Pine Golf as Tristan Bruce getting a little bit of wheel spin there on that inside lane there. Been having a little bit of struggles getting fired off here as things starting to spread out a little bit further back.
Everyone now just trying to work their way around the circuit here as they'll go to the bottom of the racetrack. One driver decides to go up the track. That is the 27 of Gregory Shepsis in the 6th spot. He's kind of stuck up there at the moment as here comes Montgomery down to the inside, side by side. Battle for position as a couple of other drivers try to work their way up through the field. That is the battle for P5 as Shepsis will hold on. Burleson and Walton watching on in the catbird seat as Matt Cherry tries to break through into the top 5.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of good racing there as Matthew Montgomery with a big-time save in that number 9 grid vision machine.
Oh, trouble
there.
for Bo Condon.
Bo
He's able to get that. Go.
Yeah, Bo Condon's. Oh, that's going to bring out the caution there.
Nope. Anthony Burleson loops it around off turn 2.
Ah. Things just happen so quick here. It is hard to keep up.
It really does, but we're no other incident really. Everyone is able to continue on racing, but Anthony Burleson loops around, bringing out our 2nd caution of the night.
He may have had a little bit of help from Robert Walton in the 66 machine.
Let's take a look at the replay to see what happened.
I heard apologies from the 66 camp, which could lead... We'll see here. No, he just... Oh, well, looks like he may have had it saved there, and then Robert Walton just came in with the kill shot there on the 79 of Anthony Burleson.
Couldn't check up quick enough, basically.
Hey, yeah, I mean, that happens. I mean, there was not really anywhere to go for either Anthony Burleson or Robert Walton. I mean, Walton there was committed to running the inside on the front straightaway and just couldn't do anything there.
No, I mean, he thankfully no other major contact, no other severe damage to Burleson. He'll keep on racing here momentarily.
Yeah, and one thing we're going to have to keep an eye on is, I mean, one of your keys to the race was these guys are definitely going to have to do a really good amount of tire conservation here. But one thing that's going to lead to with the track temp being so hot, I mean, it's already up to 129 degrees, so that track temp's going to continue to go up as we go through the day. As it's only 110 in sim time, virtual sim time right now, so it's going to get hotter throughout the day. And these guys are, with how much power this short track package has, keep in mind this is 750 horsepower with, I believe, the 3-inch spoiler that these guys have. They're running right now, so these guys are going to be struggling for rear grip all night. That's where we're going to see a lot of spins off the corners here. That's going to be the main cause of the wrecks for these guys here tonight. So that's something we're going to have to watch all night, is just how these guys are getting out of the gas, trying to save those rear tires, because the second you light those tires up with this next-gen car, you are screwed for the better part of the rest of the run, just purely because of how this car works and how the downforce works. If you light those tires up, it is going to be really hard to cool them down.
It really is. So you're going to have to be careful of how you play your game here, how you conserve your tires. And we see a couple of them get themselves lined up, ready to go racing here, as we should get the one to go signal next time by for our drivers. But the critical thing is, watch how much turn you put into input around the circuit. Watch how quickly you get back onto the roll through the corners here will be critical, because of that, especially of that banking that we have here, is going to be vital to help make sure you can save a little bit of your tires compared to what we would see maybe at a Martinsville.
Yeah, and one thing we'll see, especially if we get some longer runs here tonight, is a lot of these guys trying to come up off the corner as straight as possible. And if we do happen to get that long run here tonight, I'm not saying it's not going to happen or anything, but if we do happen to get one, we'll definitely see these guys just trying to come up off of the corner as straight as possible, kind of like what we would see at Dover with how you're supposed to drive it here. So the long runs, if we do get them, are going to be really important to how this race goes. As Tristan Bruce gets the green flag once again here, presented by Pine Golf, and gets clear almost of the 6 of Jurassic. Jurassic sends it a little bit harder on the outside here. Bruce, though, fighting back on that inside, but that outside line seems to be prevailing here.
It really is, as now Jordan Jurassic will power his way through. Can't quite clear Tristan Bruce just yet. How about Matt Cherry, thinking about going to the third line of the racetrack, but stays now towards the second lane, trying to get around Robert Walton for position, as he will lean on that door of the number 66 Chevrolet as they come off of turn number 2. Todd Lee right there in the mix as he tries to fight his way up through the field with Clapper in hot pursuit.
Justin Clapper working his way up through the field here. Looking back, this is Christopher Tate. Looking to the outside. Oh, who is that? Was that Matthew Montgomery again? Believe that may have been Matthew Montgomery getting loose again. It was.
Yep, but he was able to keep it going, so he's just going to drop back quite a ways by the looks of it, all the way to 22nd.
Back up front here. Ooh, de Blasi, hold on to it there. In that 78 machine, I was getting ready to say that he and Tristan Bruce had themselves a pretty good skirmish for a couple of laps, and he'd gotten clear of the 21 of Bruce, but got really loose off of turn number 4 there, and just got on the gas a little bit too hard and had lost a lot of the work he did there.
And with that, TJ de Blasi will complete the pass and move up to P2, shuts the door in front of Tristan Bruce, but Bruce tries to cross him up over to the inside lane as he will now go and dive to the bottom of the racetrack, side by side for the second spot as the MTV machine of Matt Garrett right there trying to keep pace.
Oh, a little bit of contact between de Blasi and Bruce there. Somehow, Tristan Bruce keeping it straight there. Amazingly keeping it out of the inside wall there off of the door of the 78 of TJ de Blasi. That's going to put him back into the clutches of Gregory Shepsis, though. And this is going to be for about 5th position back here. So Tristan Bruce getting hip checked by the 78 of TJ de Blasi.
Yeah, that's going to be a big issue right there. He's going to have to do a little bit of work, and probably with that slide he did, he used up a lot of his equipment, a lot of his tires, so he's got to be careful with that as he progresses, as we pick up Robert Colgan, who's trying to get around Justin Clapper as he'll look to the inside off turn number 4, and he'll get right there, but has to back up a little bit.
Of course, Robert Colgan did start 4th tonight, but he fell back big time after getting loose off of turn number 4 and just barely clapping the inside wall there, so he's trying to work his way back up. He went all the way to the back, but is already back up into the 15th spot. So that 94, even though he's damaged, definitely has some pace in it, as now he's to the inside of Justin Clapper. Got a couple of race picks battling here on track.
They certainly are as they work their way around. Colgan will hold off the driver as here comes Reed Foley. He'll look to the inside of Justin Clapper for position side by side as they work their way through the middle of turn number 3 and 4, and he will clear the driver of Justin Clapper for the 15th spot.
Yeah, Reed Foley, of course, was sideways a little bit earlier on in this race, working his way back up as well. Seems like both Reed Foley and Robert Colgan have some pretty fast race cars under them as, Brandon Schumann and I believe Chase Albright getting into each other there in turn number 3 as these two are racing neck and neck here. Schumann seems to have a very tight race car. Here's caution on the racetrack.
Might want to look at the 16 and the 9. They might have gotten together. The 9 is slow, and the 16 was up against the wall, so we'll take a look at that.
Hearing it could have been Matthew Montgomery or Joshua Corner. With the replay here, Joshua Corner here in the 16 machine, Matthew Montgomery. Oh, Bo Condon.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that really should not have been a caution there. As we're hearing Bo Condon locked up into the corner and got into Matthew Montgomery there. Yeah, you could see it right there. He had locked up. If we can get it like an on-board, possibly, with Bo Condon, we could see that he did lock up that right front tire and got into Matthew Montgomery. And Montgomery's a good job saving it for Matthew Montgomery, though.
Absolutely, as we go on with Bo as he comes his way through. And right
you
there.
See right there, right before he made contact. Good on everyone for saving it, though. Not an easy thing to do here. Still under caution here at North Wilkesboro. Third caution of the night here on lap number 32 as Bo Condon pulls it down pit road. Jordan Durasic, your pole sitter, still leading here. TJ de Blasi started 3rd up to 2nd. Matt Garrett started 6th up to 4th. Tristan Bruce fell back, he's up to 3rd, Matt Garrett is. Tristan Bruce fell back to 4th. You got Gregory Shepsis rounding out your top 5. Matt Cherry, I believe, is one of your biggest movers here tonight. He's up 6 already, up into the 6th spot with Robert Walton up in 7th, Todd Lee up to 8th, Chase Leahy up to 9th, and Chase Albright rounds out your top 10 here. Actually, that is a lie. Kyle Bartles is your biggest mover of the race here tonight. He's up 9.
Big move indeed right there, 9 spots, and we'll see if he can pick up a few more. Keeping an eye on a couple of other drivers that I'm watching. See here, Todd Lee, who is definitely going to be working his way. He's got a couple of good runs as he's trying to fight his way up to the field. And let's see, Matt Holmes still struggling out there. He has already got one of his laps back, so he's back on the lead lap. But Christopher Tate has taken it behind the wall along with Damian Neeson. Those two out of the race here tonight.
First 2 retirements early on in this one, and you just absolutely hate to see that. Unfortunate for Christopher Tate and Damian Neeson. Neeson, of course, I believe he retired on lap 3 of this race, so it looks like he just did a start and park in that 24 machine, and who could blame him? North Wilkesboro, I despise driving this track. I completely agree with Damian Neeson here. I just do not like driving this track whatsoever. I'll watch a race here any day. I hate driving this place. One of those tracks I hate to drive, love to watch, but pace car off the track here. Jordan Durasic, control of the race. Green flag back in the air here. TJ DeBlasi with a big-time wheel spin there. May have to watch a restart violation there for the 19 of Matt Garrett, who had to pop out of the line to avoid the 78 of TJ DeBlasi. Have to keep an eye on that. It looks like he was just trying to avoid a wreck there, but who knows what race control will do with it.
Keeping an eye here as we go back at it. Chase Leahy will try to work his way up to the field in 8th position as Brandon Schumann falls further back down the field. Reed Foley as well stuck as they go side by side, 2 by 2, pretty much from 6 on back. Todd Lee will complete the pass on Chase Albright. Schumann working hard to stay ahead.
Yeah, Brandon Schumann and Chase Albright, almost a little bit of contact there off of turn number 4. These two were fighting on earlier in this race. I believe it was right before our caution, too, as Reed Foley gets a little bit loose there in the background. Our eyes are on just kind of through the field here as Schumann and Albright still at each other's throats here.
They are really putting on a stellar fight. Schumann trying to hold the inside lane as best that he can as they work their way through the middle of the corner. And so far, it's really just difficult to see what they could do. How about this? Montgomery thinking about going 3 wide around the outside.
Matthew Montgomery thought about it there. Reed Foley and Anthony Burleson still fighting it on here. As right in front of them, Kyle Bartles to the inside of the 49 of Chase Albright. Of course, Kyle Bartles, your 31 seed in the bracket brawl. Car sideways off of turn number 2 there. The 8 there of Andrew Olazewski getting really loose in the Xfinity Air Force machine.
He's really got to hold on for dear life here as they come through. He's going to lose a couple of more spots at the moment as they work their way out of the corner. But O'Connor tries to fight his way around the Xfinity machine as he will complete the pass right there on the number 8 of Andrew Olazewski, who's been struggling a little bit.
Yeah, I was going back to Kyle Bartles for a second. He's your, in layman's terms, tournament sweetheart here, even though he is definitely not an underdog in any means in terms of the bracket brawl. He's the 31 seed only because he joined so late into this league. So Kyle Bartles definitely one of the favorites here in the round of 8. I mean, I sincerely believe your championship battle is going to be Jordan Durasic and Kyle Bartles. I mean, let's be honest, those are the 2 most consistent drivers here. They're 2 of the fastest guys as well. And you feel like this is a kind of destiny waiting to happen here.
Yeah, this is just absolutely crazy to see how these drivers are able to work their way through. But how about this? Here comes TJ DeBlasi. He's going to think about going around the outside of Tristan Bruce for that 2nd spot, putting on a really good show here tonight as it's 2 Chevrolets leading the Toyota. DeBlasi looks to the inside, thinks about it, almost puts the bumper to Tristan Bruce.
Yeah, we're getting to that point in this race where these guys are starting to wear their tires out. You could see Jordan Durasic's really just... He's taking such a lazy line into the corner, just trying to save as much tire as he can here. I mean, we'll get a really good look into 1 here. Just look at this. Oh, as TJ DeBlasi uses the bumper on the 21 of Tristan Bruce. Bruce keeps it straight, though, but you could just see, look at the lazy line your top 2 were taking, just really diamonding and just trying to get off the corner as straight as possible here.
As they work their way through, Shepsis almost hits the wall off turn 2. Is able to gather it back up as he will stay up to the top side. Schumann, though, putting the pressure on him as here comes Foley and Kogan side by side. Almost going to go 3 wide up ahead of them as they cross the line. Kyle Bartles breaks into the top 10 as he's looking for more.
Kyle Bartles now to the inside of Chase Leahy for position. This is for the 9th spot here. Excuse me, the 10th spot. Actually, no, this would be for the 9th spot here as Kyle Bartles to the inside. Gets clear of Chase Leahy for that 9th spot. And for the first time tonight, welcome to the top 10, Kyle Bartles.
Kyle Bartles looking to pick up some more spots as well as he sets his sights on Todd Lee for the 8th spot. As Reed Foley almost gets turned around right there by Robert Colgan, who's able to gather it back up. Reed Foley will use Schumann as a pick to try to get around him off turn number 4.
Yeah, it looks like this is where our main battle is setting up. I mean, you remember in the Cup race, it was like a 5 or 6 car breakaway, and it was absolute insanity from about 5th or 6th on back. And this feels like kind of similar to what happened there last Sunday night. And yeah, I feel like as that's going to get tight, Robert Colgan around, Reed Foley around, as well as Robert Colgan into the inside wall for the 2nd time here tonight.
Absolutely, and tough break for 2 of the picks out of our driver picks here tonight.
Reed Foley and Robert Colgan involved here. As this was just, yeah, that was Chase Leahy getting, I think Leahy got loose, and then that kind of really left Reed Foley nowhere to go. You see it right here, Leahy actually got really tight off the corner and checked up to not hit the wall, and yeah, nowhere for Reed Foley to go, who was in his own side-by-side battle there with the 94 of Colgan, and just nowhere to go as now Colgan brings it down pit road. Kyle Bartles down pit road as well. A couple others coming down here. You got Matt Holmes, Reed Foley, Andrew Olazewski, Kyle Bartles down pit road. Justin Clappers down pit road, Colgan as well. A lot of guys involved in that wreck coming down pit road, but a couple of other guys coming down to take some tires, it looks like here.
See who decides to come down pit road as far as our front runners. None of them decide to at the moment. De Blasi almost thought about it, but thought better of it for the time being. I mean, 50 laps still. Yeah, those tires are starting to maybe not be what you think, but due to the fact of just how quickly you go around this track, as well as also 3rd caution of the night so far, that's going to help keep these drivers, cool these tires off a little bit, and then get back on it here momentarily. It looks like a couple of drivers did come down pit road, though.
Yeah, we got a cloud coming over pit road, or excuse me, over the racetrack here. Track temp was a scorching 133 degrees. Now it's down to about 131 here. This track's starting to cool off a little bit mercifully for these tires. As I'll bet you money, even with the 4 cautions through 53 laps here, these guys are definitely still hurting for tires here. As a track this hot, I mean, name another oval other than Hot Atlanta that gets this hot.
I can think of a couple of tracks that can get this hot. I mean, Phoenix can get pretty hot. Homestead.
Are we talking the brand new skin of Phoenix? I don't think I've ever seen it get above about 120.
I've seen it get pretty hot before at about 125 to 130 at some races.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, maybe back when Phoenix actually had 2 races a year, but now that it's a...
It still has 2 races a year.
Oh, yeah, it does have 2 years. What am I saying? What am I saying?
Yeah, you got to go find that brain cell.
You're murdering my brain cells. Coming from my brain cell.
I didn't murder it that time.
But these guys are setting up here for a quick dash to the end of the stage here. Of course, our stage is 60 and 120 on the night, so should be a 5-lap sprint to the finish here as Jordan Durasic has control over the stage here. Green flag back in the air as Tristan Bruce, really good restart on that inside line. And as now he's to the inside. Oh, spinning in the back. Todd Lee's around. Caution on the racetrack. Oh, big wreck here.
Brandon Slow involved in this one. I think I see Bo Condon involved. Tough break for a couple of our drivers that we were keeping an eye on here.
Taking a look at the replay here. What even happened? I saw Todd Lee go around down into turn number 1. all hell broke loose from there. Oh, did Walton get a little bit loose down in the corner? Oh, no, Todd Lee thought it was clear. Burleson involved. Yeah, Bo Condon just barely gets clipped there. Yeah, that's going to be some toe damage for the 25 there. I'm kind of glad Bo told me to break the hashtag go with Bo streak here. Which, by the way, that's why I did not go with Bo this week. He told me not to choose him, so that's my excuse. Please don't hurt me, Bo Condon fans.
They're plotting and scheming as we speak.
That is the definition of you can't please everyone. With that, we're going to go ahead and take our first commercial break of the evening. This should take us to the end of stage number 1 here. Stay right here. We'll be right back with more coverage here from North Wilkesboro Speedway.
Travis Pastrana here, and you are watching the Thunderclap iRacing Series. Grab a good boy and let's go racing.
I think we're ready to ride.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. If your lawn sprinkler controller is more than 5 years old, give us a shout today. We'll come out and take a look, give you a evaluation, get you set up for a new Wi-Fi enabled smart controller. We can monitor this from our office for you. Give us a shout. We'll come out and take a look. Let's upgrade your controller. It'll save you water. We save you up to about, we're averaging 47 to 51% with our clients. Feedback we're hearing from us. So give us a shout today. We'll glad to come out and take a peek. Talk to you soon.
Oh. Welcome back here to North Wilkesboro. We were in the process of missing a restart, but we are under caution here for I believe the 7th time. As I believe there may have been a little bit of a wreck further back in the field as we were coming back from commercial. But don't worry, you did not miss much.
Nope, we will hopefully get a look at the replay to see what happened here, but under caution for the 4th time here tonight, 62 laps are completed as they come across the line.
Didn't quite catch who it was. I believe Chase Albright, maybe.
Yeah, he's coming down pit road right now, so we'll see if we can get a look and see if he was the one.
Don't know if it was actually him, but... Ooh, this looks about where it could be.
No, I don't know.
Maybe not. Oh, ooh.
He got a bump, unless the only thing...
Maybe that could have been for the stage.
It'd be a little earlier, I think. Let me take a look.
Yeah, that would have been a couple of laps late there.
Yeah, because the race details is lap 60. So yeah, this was be for the stage break.
I'm assuming, yeah, I would assume that was for the stage there.
Yeah, lap 60 for the end of stage 1.
Yeah, it's a little bit confusing as usually they throw the caution on the stage lap. And unfortunately, yeah, that was because that caution ran over laps. I believe the restart was actually on lap 60. So I think a little bit of confusion there from race control possibly, but nevertheless, we'll roll with it. As now we're coming up to 1 lap to green here for these guys. As we keep rolling here, going to be another 60 lap sprint to the end here. Lap 120, the end of our next stage. As after that, it'll be a 105 lap run to the end of the race, which we should hopefully see green flag. I don't think we'll see green flag pit stops, maybe for tires, if anything, but these guys did not pit under any of the last 2 cautions. I'm mainly talking about most of our top 10 here, but these guys have not pit to take tires whatsoever this race. I mean, I think the only people to take tires so far in this race are people that have been trying to get damage fixed here, but pace car going to make that turn on to pit road here. Jordan Durasic hits the gas here. Green flag back in the air. Tristan Bruce with another good restart on the inside.
Here they come through the middle of turn 1 and 2. Durasic powers his way through around the outside to complete the pass, but Tristan Bruce will try to fight his way through, but Durasic will almost clear Tristan Bruce as Bruce will fight his way back through. De Blasi and Cherry go side by side for the battle for 3rd spot as Bruce tries to send it in deep as they head down the hill into turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, we're seeing that outside line really start to come into play here as the tires are wearing off for these guys. 68 laps on the tires if you're Jordan Durasic, Tristan Bruce, and TJ De Blasi. So I think this is where the differing lines come into play for these 3 as further back, an absolute hornet's nest forming up here.
Absolutely. It is chaos here amongst these drivers as they work their way around the circuit side by side as Shepsis along with another driver. That's Chase Leahy, who is struggling to try to hold on the outside lane, but he is losing spot after the corner as they work their way off turn number 4. Schumann will try to complete the pass to move him up into the 6th spot.
I believe Leahy may have gotten into the wall there off of turn number 2 a couple of laps ago. I believe that's why he was falling back so quickly there, but back up here in our top 3, line of start here. Jordan Durasic, Tristan Bruce, TJ De Blasi. A little bit of a bumper there from the 78 of De Blasi. Gets him a little bit loose. That allows the 45 of Matt Cherry to the outside of Bruce. But Bruce looks like he's got a little bit fresher tires, and these guys maybe saved his tires a little bit better than the rest of the field, trying to work his way up into the lead here.
As they work their way through, De Blasi thinks about trying to put the bumper to Tristan Bruce. Can't quite get there quick enough as they come around the circuit here. And then now De Blasi looks to the inside of Bruce, side by side for position as they come out of turn number 2. And Bruce powers his way back around the outside. That outside gives him enough momentum down the straightaway to work his way and clear. But De Blasi is still going to fight through as the caution is out. Reed Foley up in the wall along with Kyle Bartles.
Kyle Bartles involved. I remember he's got no pressure in the RL Productions bracket brawl here, but he still wants to do good here for his points, but getting himself a little bit mired back in traffic here. This is around Andrew. Oh, Reed Foley overcorrects into the wall there, and Bartles had nothing to do with that. Nowhere to go.
Tough break right there for him as he was just trying to get around and avoid the chaos, but unfortunately makes an own mistake.
You see right there, Reed Foley getting loose and trying to keep it up into the wall, and unfortunately Kyle Bartles basically a bystander there, just nowhere to go for him. And we're hearing from race control. He's sending out warnings for restart violations here. They're flirting with lane changes before the line here. So official warning from race control has been sent already, not even halfway into this race. Ah, man, I love it when he sends warnings out like that, letting these guys know they ain't getting away with anything here.
Absolutely. They're not getting away at all. They're going to keep on going at it here and see what can come of it with these drivers, as we will see. But the biggest thing right now is neither one of our drivers inside the top 5 has come down pit road, or I don't know, I think even in the top 10. So it just shows the tire hasn't really weared off a whole lot just yet for them to really utilize it and come down pit road at the time being.
Yeah, I'm genuinely curious to see what tires would look like for these guys. I want to maybe get a couple of screenshots from some guys and see what tires were, just so we can kind of see what tire wear would look like on a long run like this. I mean, I know we've had a good sprinkling of cautions. I believe we've had 8 now in 76 laps here. But still, I mean, that's 75 laps of running that these guys have put on these tires. We've had a couple of 15-lap runs sprinkled in there as well. So these guys definitely, as Reed Foley pulls it behind the wall in the 15 machine, but these guys definitely have some wear on these tires.
Field now lined up 2 by 2 as the lights are out from Fred the pace car driver, as it is going to be Jurassic and de Blasi. Can de Blasi find his way to work up and take over the race lead from Jurassic? He had some good speed on the start. Let's see if he can try to capitalize it.
Yeah, we've seen what happened. We've seen what's happened to Tristan Bruce. He'll get even with Jurassic, but will fall off. But it looks like Bruce is struggling for some grip here. As now, green flag back in the air here in North Wilkesboro. Another good restart from that inside line. De Blasi, though, struggling in the second phase of the restart here. Matt Cherry now to his outside as Jordan Jurassic has a solo lead here. As now TJ De Blasi is going to have to work his way past Matt Cherry in the 45. And it looks like he's going to do it as Brandon Schumann to the middle 3 wide for just a second, but backs out of it as now he's side by side with Tristan Bruce for 5th spot.
Here they come through side by side. Bruce tries to hold off Schumann, but Schumann will complete the pass. And one car goes loose. That is Olazewski right there.
Olazewski, actually. My bad there. Olazewski gets a little bit sideways in the 8 machine, keeps it straight. But everyone's kind of single-filed out now, except back up front. TJ De Blasi now looking to the inside of Jordan Jurassic for the lead here at North Wilkesboro. To the inside, TJ De Blasi gets clear of Jurassic, but that Jurassic's going to try to fight back on the inside, or outside, excuse me. TJ De Blasi, new leader on the night. First time we've had a lead change here.
Here they come through as they work their way out of the corner, and De Blasi will try to fight his way back. He'll send it in a little bit deeper compared to Jurassic in the Ruthless Racing Chevrolet. New race leader, TJ De Blasi.
De Blasi with a little bit fresher tires here gets clear of Jordan Jurassic. Jurassic keeps running that outside line, and he's going to keep saving tires here, but now he's going to have to defend a little bit from the 45 of Matt Cherry.
As they work their way through side by side as they come out of turn number 4. Everyone now tries to drop back single file, start to log some laps around the circuit to see if they can at least get to the end of the next stage in about 40 laps.
It's going to be a long run on these tires. That's going to be pushing 120 on this set of tires. So these guys should be hurting for tires here soon, especially with how hot the track is there. I mean, you see there, 84, 84, 84, all the way down the field. First car on fresher tires is Justin Clapper. He's got 33. Right behind him, Robert Walton's got 21, 26 for Todd Lee. Back to 84 with Olazewski and Reed Foley, who is out of the race. But a lot of these guys have old tires on.
Yeah, they're some of these drivers. Joshua Koner mentions in the chat that his tires was about 97, 99, so not too much wear. But yeah, as Chase Leahy hits the wall right there coming off the corner, he's got significant damage right there to the front end nose.
That is for sure some toe damage for the 34 of Chase Leahy, and he looks like he's going to pull it down pit road here. Been a rough night for Chase Leahy, one of the Grid Vision cars in one of his other schemes. So Chase Leahy having a rough race here in the next gen at North Wilkesboro. But surprisingly enough, Jordan Jurassic seems to be struggling a little bit here.
Work their way through here as the caution is out. Oh, big pile up on the front straightaway. Bo Cunn, Kyle Bartles, Matt Garrett, Chase Albright, the 9 machine of Montgomery.
What happened here? Big one for sure. Oh, a little bit of beef between Albright and Montgomery there. Punches flying here at North Wilkesboro between Chase Albright and Matthew Montgomery, as it looks like Montgomery gets a little bit tight and then a little bit loose. Albright nowhere to go. Matt Garrett's involved. Bartle's involved once again. He hits the outside wall pretty hard. And you see right here going down into turn number 1, Chase Albright not happy with Matt Garrett one bit.
Alrighty, boys. Take it down over to the pit boxes. We'll get the boxing ring out.
Got a little bit of Ricky Stenhouse, Kyle Busch energy going on here. Getting a cockpit view of Chase Albright there. Or excuse me, not Chase Albright, Matthew Montgomery. See Matt Garrett here. Nowhere to go for him. See Kyle Bartles go spinning into the outside wall as well. Matthew Montgomery. Apparently, Matthew Montgomery, quote unquote, got shipped into turn number 3. Struggling to see why Matthew Montgomery and Chase Albright are mad at each other here. We're just going to move on from that. I feel like that's the best course of action here. As our producer is saying things I'm not willing to repeat. Mainly because I like my job, but also because, yeah. Oh, gosh. Darby, don't do that. And I can hear him typing. Oh, God.
I think you're losing your mind a little bit there, Nick.
Of course, you come back for that.
I mean, you left that one wide open.
That's the first thing you say since the caution?
I mean, we saw the beef, and we're seeing all the chaos. We touched on it. I was just letting you go with it.
Letting me paint my own delusions here?
Yes.
I have such supportive coworkers here.
Yes, you do, and we love you for it.
No love from me.
Oh, goodness.
Coming back to green here, though, as I'm going to choose to completely ignore Taylor Burris. Green flag back in the air. TJ DeBlasi with a big-time restart. Ooh, may have to watch for a bit of a restart violation there from Brandon Schumann in the 52, as he had to jump out of line for just a second there. They'll keep an eye on that there, but nothing has been handed out in terms of restart violations just yet, but we did hear the warning go out under the last caution that these guys do need to watch their restarts here.
As they work their way through, Jurassic starting to fall back a little bit here as he's after his pit stop cycle, and now we watch on and see here TJ DeBlasi starts to pull away.
Oh, car in the grass in the back.
Who was that?
Oh, Clapper.
That's Clapper.
Oh no, that's Justin Clapper. Oop.
Yeah, tough break right there for Justin Clapper. He's going to keep on going here as they work their way around the circuit, but he falls all the way back to 19th. Almost about to go a lap down if he's not careful as we pick up our race leader, DeBlasi, holding strong. Todd Lee moves up to P5 for the moment as they go side by side. Colgan tries to fight him off as we take a look at the replay of what happened to Justin Clapper.
I believe he may have just gotten a little bit loose on the bottom, possibly. Oh, no. Him and Robert Walton as we got a caution on the racetrack. Another Connor Secure caution here tonight. Lap 96 out of 225. This is not what our caution was for, but I'm going to get a replay of that here. I believe this may have been between Robert Colgan and possibly Brandon Schumann here. Oh, it was. Robert Colgan. Ow. Ooh. Oh, man. our pick. I gotta agree with Darby here. I think this could be in the Hall of Fame for the Grid Vision Hall of Fame for worst round of picks we've had. Because I'm pretty sure all 3 of our picks are either out of the race or severely damaged right now.
No. Well, Justin's still in the race, and he doesn't have severe damage. I can't say
he was just involved in a wreck, so I mean, or
No,
he
he
was
just-
involved in a little skirmish, I should say.
Yeah, if the caution didn't come out, he would be put a lap down, but the caution
He
saved
is
him.
down pit road though right now, so
Well, he's just got to beat the pace
bet
car.
as you wish. See a lot of battered and bruised race cars there. Justin Clapper burns it out at pit road here. But yeah, we have definitely had a rough night for the picks. I mean, took a look at Darby's pick. Reed Foley's been out of this race for about 20 laps now. My pick has been in the inside wall more times than he's been in the top 5 tonight. Love you, Robert. Your pick has been involved in 2 wrecks on the night. So yeah, rough night for the picks here on Grid Vision.
Well, the race is not over at least for me, it's not over yet. I could still come out on top with this. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I agree with Darby here. You live life very vicariously.
I'm a glass kind of full kind of guy tonight. Let's just be honest. But I mean,
Normally you're a glass half empty, so this is a step up, ladies and gentlemen. We just launched Taylor Burris Grow Up live on stream.
Oh no, we can't have that. We got to go back.
Oh, we're gonna devolve. No.
What have you done? No, we'll get back at it here momentarily. But I mean, who is leading the points out of the drivers' pick standings? That I gotta know.
I believe it's you. If we're talking thunderclap, I believe it's you.
By how
Yeah,
much?
we're talking all over Grid Vision. It's got to be Darby for sure. I mean, that man literally, I'm pretty sure that man has produced every race except like 2 this year. So if he's not leading, I would be disappointed. I'm only on for 2 shows a week. So, and that man's producing literally everything under the sun here. So if he's not leading, there's something wrong. Wait, so our picks, we don't get the point unless they win the race, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So that's why I suck so much, because I always pick.
You're not picking the winner.
Oh, what's going on here?
I don't know, but De Blasi and Cherry thought it was time to go racing.
Oh, and race control's cussing. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Uh-oh.
Oh
The
goodness.
sheriff is in town, ladies and gentlemen. And he just dropped the hammer.
Oh boy, he has extended the caution as he is oh. Sheriff has put his foot down. Oh man. Oh, we love Justin White here.
We do.
Okay, so basically they're having issues pacing here, looks like, and he just told these guys, if we can't effing pace, I'm gonna park all of you guys.
Oh no.
Oh man, I love Justin White. Grid Vision is a Justin White supporter. If Justin White has no supporters, then all 3 of us are dead.
Exactly.
But Justin White not happy here as restart here with 103 laps in this race. Green flag back in the air. TJ de Blasi, another good restart on that outside line. Matt Cherry, though, has a pretty good restart on that inside in the 45 machine. He's going to get clear of TJ de Blasi here for just a second, and he will get clear as Robert Walton's in the wall further back.
Yeah, Walton gathers it back up as now De Blasi will power his way back through on the inside lane. Tries to shut the door on Matt Cherry and will do so, but Cherry fights his way back around the outside. Schumann tries to get into the picture here as here comes Anthony Burleson and Todd Lee, your top 5 as, into the wall is Matt Cherry as De Blasi just pushes him up further and further up the track.
Brandon Schumann almost got involved into an accident there, but it somehow kept it straight. Matt Cherry getting real tight off the corner there in that 45 machine. Schumann getting a little bit tight on the inside there, almost a little bit of contact between him and Cherry. Further back, Robert Walton still fighting here. Brandon Schumann around, or excuse me, that's Brandon Slew. And then Anthony Burleson, had to remember names for just a second there. But, ooh, Walton gives a little bit of a hip check to Burleson there.
Yeah, Burleson is trying to hold on here as he works his way around the circuit, and here they come out of the corner. And here comes Gregory Shepsis. He'll move up the track a little bit to try to get around Matt Holmes for position. How about Matt Holmes recovering? He started a lap down, and now he's inside the top 10.
Matt Holmes definitely having a comeback player of the year vibe here tonight, as he is somehow managed to get himself up into the top 10. Surprising. Well, not surprising, but I mean, I am shocked that he's able to. Yeah, you said it right. He started a lap down here tonight and somehow in the top 10. That is shocking.
Yeah, it is, and he is now having a chance maybe of a good finish here tonight as they go side by side a little further up ahead. Tristan Bruce trying to fight his way back into the top 5 as here comes Brandon Slew right behind him.
10 laps to go here in stage number 2, and we got a lot of new names here up into the top 10 that we're not used to seeing up here. Brandon Schumann up in 3rd, Todd Lee up in 4th, got Robert Walton up in 6th, Anthony Burleson up in 7th. I got a lot of names we're not used to seeing in the top 10 up here. Good on these guys for being able to survive the chaos so far. Just under halfway, someone was loose off of turn number 4 there. Someone locked up into turn number 1 as well there, big time.
Yeah, but they're able to gather it back up and keep on racing here with no caution. We're only about 9 laps away to the end of stage number 2 as one car, Kyle Bartle's having a little bit of trouble. He'll drop back a couple of spots into the clutches of Justin Clapper as he tries to go to the inside of Jurassic, who hits the wall.
Jurassic all the way around the outside of Matt Holmes in the 5, almost 3 wide off the corner. Offset 3 wide for just a second. Jurassic, of course, on the fresher tires compared to these guys. He pitted about lap 80. So he's on about 22 lap old tires here compared to the rest of these guys. Or excuse me, 32 lap old tires compared to the rest of these guys. But he's trying to work his way up here, getting blocked by Gregory Shepsis. Matt Holmes around and in the grass there.
And Matt Holmes is able to get going, but now is going to lose a lot of spots now as he drops back to P17 here and loses more spots. As that one car is around, Justin Clapper loops it around.
Justin Clapper around off of turn number 4. And going back to my point, it's been a rough race for our race pick.
It has been.
Are you starting to believe me now, too?
Well, let's see here. Your pick of Robert Colgan. He's still in 10th position.
Yeah, but he's severely damaged.
He is severely damaged, while my driver, Justin Clapper, he's 17th, but no damage. So do what you wish on that matter.
Get a look on board here of Justin Clapper. Somehow keeps that thing out of the wall.
Been doing a great job of keeping it out of the wall of a lot of these drivers, as everybody a little further back is going to come down pit road from Robert Colgan.
It looks like Bo Condon may be done as well, as according to the YouTube chat, his wheel ripped clean off of his table. That's an L for the mobile rig. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I would say that is a big time L there for Bo Condon, and I'm kind of glad I didn't go with Bo here tonight because I would be very sad right now. You know, hopefully next week we'll be able to return to our regularly scheduled programming and go with Bo. But this week it was way too risky to pick. We should be going back green before the end of stage number 2 here, though. It will be a very quick run to the finish of the stage, though. So it should only be, I believe it's only going to be 2 laps here. So a green-white checker to the end of stage number 2 here for TJ de Blasi, who took the lead about 25 laps or so ago from a couple of guys. I believe it was Jordan Durasic. Jordan Durasic did pit, though, so he is on fresh tires compared to literally everyone else who's on 120-lap-old tires in front of him.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this tire progresses for a lot of these drivers, because I'm looking at the tire stats. TJ DeBlasi, Matt Cherry, Tristan Bruce, Burleson, and Gregory Shepsis have not made a single pit stop yet. They've been out there for 118 laps. We're, in fact, 2 laps to go before the end of stage 2 here momentarily, while everyone else is anywhere between 60 to 1 lap old tires.
Yeah, so tires. If these guys wanted to save a set of tires, I think they definitely succeeded there.
Absolutely.
As we're coming up on halfway, actually, we're past halfway here of this race, and actually, we literally just passed halfway, I believe. My math isn't working too well, so we'll let someone smart figure that out. But 6.5 laps past halfway, thanks to our resident nerd, Austin Derbyshire. But coming through turn number 4 here should be a green-white checker to the end of stage number 2 here. Green flag back in the air as contact between Matt Cherry and TJ DeBlasi. Possible restart violation there for a lot of drivers. 3 wide through turn number 1. Brandon Schumann getting swallowed up like it's a plate track here. Up front, Matt Cherry's in the grass and around. Keep it straight, Matt Cherry. Somehow he keeps it straight. Coming up off of turn number 4. Bumper from Tristan Bruce off of turn number 4. It's going to be TJ DeBlasi taking stage number 2.
Here they come, and this should be the end of stage 2 here. And TJ DeBlasi will win stage 2.
Oh, my goodness. Before we run out of time, we're going to take our second commercial break of the night. Stay right here. We'll be right back with stage number 3 covering.
Travis Pastrana here, and you are watching the Thunderclap iRacing Series. Grab a good boy and let's go racing.
think we're ready to rock.
In a distant kingdom, in a magical realm, there lived people who faced dreadful drainage problems on their lawns. For many years, they suffered from puddles and mud in their yards. Until one day, the saviors from TLC Company appeared with their magical shovels and lifted the wet curse from the kingdom's residents. Forget about puddles and mud. With us, your yard will become a genuine fairy tale nook. Call us right now, and let's transform your drainage concerns into a magical adventure. TLC, where every home becomes a fairy tale.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. You got a outdoor lighting, landscape lighting system. Maybe we installed it. Maybe it was there you inherited in your house and you want to upgrade it. Now's the time to give us a shout. We'll come out and take a look, evaluate what you do have, tell you what you could have. Give us a shout today for all your outdoor lighting needs. We'll talk to you soon. Hey, Bob Carr with TLC. Spring's upon us. If you got a wet yard, it's not going to get any better. Now it's time to give us a call. Let us come out and take a look at your drainage problem in your property. We can get you a solution. The dogs, the kids be tracking in mud. Mom will be mad. So give us a call. Give us a shout today. We'll talk to you soon.
TLC is the best in lawn sprinklers, outdoor lighting, holiday lighting, yard drainage, and more. Let us take care of your project. Get your free, no obligation estimate from TLC today.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. Hope you guys are enjoying this race. Let's take it down to the booth and get updated on what's going on.
Thank you, Bob. Of course, Bob Carr, owner of TLC Incorporated. Of course, TLC being the premier service provider for lawns, sprinklers, outdoor lighting, and drainage solutions in the DMV area. Transform your home into a showcase in just one day with a new water-saving lawn sprinkler system, energy-efficient outdoor lighting, or the healthiest backyard in the business. A little lawn goes a long way with TLC. Head to TLCincorporated.com for more information. As we're coming back to the restart here, to start stage number 3, which is going to be just under a 100 lap sprint to the finish. And guess who's back up front?
Well, it's none other than Jordan Durasic who will lead us to the green flag. But how about Andrew Olazewski finding his way up to the front of the field as we go set to race for 100 laps left to go here as they come into the restart zone. The Pine Gulf green flag is in the air, and a terrible start by Olazewski. That leaves the door wide open for Durasic to lead off 7 to turn 1. Working their way up through the field here as they come through side by side. Olazewski just dropping further and further back down through the middle of the racetrack as he is trying to find a way, but those old tires not working in his favor as they come through the middle of turn 3 and 4. Meanwhile, up at the front of the field, Durasic has checked out. Clapper
much dominant. That was 6 mark.
We lost you there for a minute there, Nick.
Wait, hello? Can you all hear me?
We're back. You're back now. But as trouble for one driver, Olazewski falling further, Montgomery falling back as he slides through the grass.
Things are still very choppy for me. Can y'all hear me? Am I all good?
You're back now.
Okay, I'm back. We're back here. A little bit of internet issues, it looks like, as my internet is once again saying, no, you don't want to broadcast tonight. But I'm saying, yes, I do, because I like making money. But our eyes are keeping on this battle here. Our main battle here so far is between Tristan Bruce and Matt Garrett for about the 5th spot here. Tristan Bruce gets clear, or excuse me, that was for 6th. But Tristan Bruce does get clear of the 19 of Matt Garrett as further back Todd Lee and Gregory Shepsis now going at each other.
As they work their way around the circuit, Walton trying to find his way up to the track here as he sits in the 8th spot. Everyone now trying to go single file for the most part, except for these two right here. That'd be the drivers of trying to pick up the number. That's Kyle Bartles and Bruce, who are trying to hold off for the 5th spot.
Kyle Bartles. Oh, caution on the racetrack. Oh, Robert Walton. Walton, one of your bracket brawl participants, having to go up against Tristan Bruce here. Ends up in the outside wall here. Looks like going down into turn number 3. Oh, he gets loose off of 2 and smacks the inside wall. And does he get hit again? Oh, no, he just drives it up into the outside wall and loses the front bumper in the 66.
A breaker right there for Robert Walton as he will now have to come down and get a lot of repairs done to his machine.
Yeah, that's pretty much all but going to take out the 66 from the bracket brawl here. And yeah, that is a hard hit for Robert Walton. Oh, he had that's a broken toe link if I've ever seen one. I believe that may be night done for Robert Walton.
Absolutely. That's significant damage.
Which is a shame because he had himself a really good race going on in that 66. He was running up at the higher end of the top 10 there, almost breaking into the top 5 a couple of times there. So rough break for Robert Walton as that looks like that's going to spell race in for him unless he can get all that damage fixed and get all of his laps back, which I've seen bigger comebacks before.
I have too, so we'll see what he can do here as we get set for the race to return to green flag at the moment. Nobody coming down pit road. Montgomery is now on pit road right now trying to get some damage repaired, but he is about to go a lap down.
Yeah, Matthew Montgomery going a lap down here. I mean, of course, the most recent memory of someone coming back from a many laps down. Didn't Kyle Busch come back from like 11 down at New Hampshire once or something like that? Didn't win the race, but I know he came back down from 3 at Bristol to win, but I'm talking about coming down from a lot of laps just to get back onto the lead lap. But I feel like there was one time where he came back from 10+ laps down to get back on the lead lap. I feel like I remember watching a race where that happened once. Please tell me I'm not crazy.
A little bit.
I knew you were going to say that.
I mean, you asked.
Why do I continue to torture myself doing these races?
Because you love us. That too.
I'm not repeating that.
Oh, I'm not either, but that is the case.
It's the fact that your mic keeps cutting out when you try to say it, Darby. But we are coming back to a restart here. Green flag back in the air here at North Wilkesboro. TJ DeBlasi getting another good restart, but that outside line going to prevail here. Brandon Slew and Jordan Durasic getting the best of the restarts there, as Durasic now having to fight back on 45 lap older tires compared to TJ DeBlasi. Down into turn number 3. Durasic does get clear, but DeBlasi with a big time run through the middle of the corner gets a little bit of a bump to the 6 of Durasic, but Durasic going to use that better grip off to get around and keep in front of TJ DeBlasi.
Yeah, Durasic does a great drive to be able to hold off and get around TJ DeBlasi, as a couple of other trucks nearly go into the grass once again as they work their way around the circuit here. Matt Garrett right there in the mix as they're 2 by 2, a little further back as they come out of turn number 4. How about this? Kyle Bartles, he's been looped around, had to avoid some chaos. He's now in the 4th spot as he clears Brandon Slew.
All right, hold on. We're going to go back a second. Did you just call them trucks?
No.
Yes, you did.
I don't remember calls. Oh, TJ
DeBlasi! No!
It's the wall. Oh, that.
TJ DeBlasi goes for a ride off of turn 4 and loses a ton of spots, all the way down to the lower end of the top 20 there.
That is a tough break at the moment for TJ DeBlasi. Significant damage. That's got to definitely affect the toe and the handling of that number 78 Toyota as he falls further and further back. Right now we have a battle for the race lead, though, as Tristan Bruce comes around the outside of Jordan Durasic to try to steal the race lead away.
TJ DeBlasi surprisingly has almost no damage there. He got lucky. But battle for the lead as now here comes Tristan Bruce. He's pretty much going to make this look easy here. He's on fresher tires as well compared to Jordan Durasic. Get the. Okay, hold on. Get that laps run graphic there on the tires real quick.
Well, right now at the moment, as fastest lap times, he's
There
been
we
out.
go, yeah. Yeah, you see Tristan Bruce on 24 lap fresher tires compared to Jordan Durasic. Kyle Bartles on fresher tires compared to Durasic as well, and you see a bunch of 20s and 26s, as a lot of these guys did pit under that last stage break. Durasic is definitely going to be struggling here.
Yeah, Durasic is going to be struggling quite a bit with this. I mean, he's got almost 30 lap older tires compared to your new race leader, Tristan Bruce, and he's going to fall further and further down the order because here comes Kyle Bartles around the outside with some fresher tires as he will complete the pass heading off into turn 1. As caution comes out, Justin Clapper leaps around again.
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at Justin.
Hey, no. Laugh
Yeah,
at me. As our amazing commentator Nick Stein loses his voice again. Let's see what happened to Justin Clapper. Coming off of turn number 4. Oh, he just gets doored right there by one driver. Could not tell who the driver was that made contact with him. As here's another look. Oh, was it DeBlasi? Out of turn number 4. He just goes up the track and makes contact with DeBlasi, looping him around. Are you back, Nick?
Wait, am I back? Hello?
Yes, you are back now. You went quiet.
Wait, hello?
You're here.
Okay, well, my computer's still freaking out, so I know I'm here, but I can't see anything. Okay, I think I'm fully back here. Hello?
You're still with us.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I think my computer's trying to catch up here as I don't hear anything from Discord. I don't hear me making... Okay, there we go. Okay, I can hear y'all now. Sorry about that.
We love Nick. Oh,
But that was
goodness.
very odd. My computer
Yeah, let's go ahead and continue.
is a fossil, and it is showing.
Are you good there, Nick? Yep, we're gonna get Nick all straightened out here momentarily, but we're still under caution. Lap 149 put up on the board here. Tristan Bruce, Kyle Bartles, Gregory Shepsis, Brandon Sloot, Anthony Burleson, your top 5. Then it's Matt Cherry, Robert Colgan, Todd Lee, Brandon Schumann, Andrew Olazuski, your top 10. We'll take a look here at the bracket challenge here to see who is still in the hunt for a chance of winning $100. As I will pull up the notes here for our drivers. And it's going to be exciting to see how this is all playing out here, because there is a lot of drivers who are still on the line to have a shot of winning that $100 here tonight. As we'll get an update here for our drivers. As there you see one of them, that is Kyle Bartles and Tristan Bruce, your race leaders here, who will bring us back around for the green flag in a moment's notice. As we're under our 6th or 7th caution, I believe. As we hopefully will have Nick Stein back with us here momentarily. But
Hello?
There you go.
Okay. I threatened to throw my router and it started behaving, so I think I need to threaten bodily harm to it every time it starts acting up now.
Might be the case.
But what did I miss?
I missed quite a bit. A lot of chaos here, and of course we saw, you laughing about my pick looping around again.
Oh yeah, that's the last thing I remember is Darby letting out the most horrendous snort I've ever heard about Justin Clapper spinning. And then my computer just decided to go haywire.
Absolutely, that's how it went.
Okay, well, we'll stick with that, but we're coming back to a restart here with about 80 laps to go here. Tristan Bruce hits the gas here. Green flag back in the air at North Wilkesboro. That's Tristan Bruce. Pretty much a solo restart here as no competition from behind.
No competition whatsoever, but Tristan Bruce will take over the race lead as Kyle Bartles tries to set his sights up for the 2nd spot as they work their way around the circuit. Coming out of turn number 4, Bartles ready to try and capitalize on this here as they go side by side a little further back between Shepsis and Burleson as they come into 1.
Ooh, Bartles is coming back here at Tristan Bruce back up front. Bartles definitely has a pretty good run going here in that 95 machine. Could this be it? Could it be his first win of the season? Because this is the 4th race in a row he's had a chance at it.
We've been waiting to see if this will be the night, and so far, Kyle Bartles looking to the inside of Tristan Bruce side by side. Bartles, though, gets loose off turn 2, gathers it back up, loses a ton of time here to your race leader.
Okay, we're going to stop talking about Kyle Bartles because it feels like every time we talk about him, something happens.
Absolutely. So we'll keep a moment here as Robert Colgan dropping back quite a ways as he's heading off. Almost gets pushed up the racetrack by Matt Holmes.
Yeah, he's fallen back big time here in that 94 machine. I think he may have some issues in that 94.
I think so too. So we'll see how this plays out for the 94 Robert Colgan. He's trying to gather himself back up. He currently is sitting in 13th.
Props to Robert Colgan for sticking it out, though. I mean, if it were me driving and I had hit the wall like 6 times in 150 laps, I probably would have rage quit after about a lap 100. So, props to Robert Colgan for sticking it out. Sheps is almost up into the wall there.
Shepsis just trying to send it around the outside line, almost try to Ross Chastain it as he hits the wall coming out of turn 3 and 4. Him and Schumann make contact, and around they go in front of the field.
Oh, de Blasi was involved. Got to look at the replay here. Between Schumann and Shepsis here, Shepsis actually hits the wall there. Schumann, an absolute bystander in that.
Yeah, tough break.
Got a good look at it. We're going to take a commercial break here. Lap 159 out of 225. We will hopefully take you to the finish here on Grid Vision. Stay right here after this quick commercial break.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill.
Back here on Grid Vision, coming up to a restart here. Lap 163 out of 225. Tristan Bruce, your leader. Green flag back in the air here at North Wilkesboro, but Kyle Bartles gets a bad restart. He's going to be in the middle for 3 wide for just a second, but he's now going to be 3 wide on the inside here, as here comes Jordan Durasic around the outside.
Oh, Durasic nearly bit the dust right there as he was trying to go around the outside lane, as they are just trying to play chess as quickly as possible here. Matt Holmes is around.
No, Matt Holmes.
Oh, Lord.
And I didn't get a chance to bring it up beforehand, but Justin White is officially putting the hammer down. He said whoever the next cause caution is on is getting parked, no matter who it was. And we'll see if he holds true to that. Who would that be on?
I'd have to say that's a pure racing incident. I mean, you saw cars getting stacked up. We'll have to see what Justin White does, but
either way, Justin White's putting that hammer down.
Yes.
See there, Matt Holmes goes spinning to the inside. And Justin White does call it a racing deal, so nobody getting parked here at North Wilkesboro just yet.
Not yet. There's still a lot of racing left to go.
There is still a lot of racing. We've seen it here tonight. 70 laps is a long time. "70 laps is a very long time here."
It is, but it can also go by very quickly.
It's actually 60 laps, but still, 60 laps is a very long time here. Oh, and new here, breaking from race control. From now on, restarts will be single file. So no more double file restarts for these guys. I think Justin White finally got sick of them wrecking every 2 laps. So he decided to change it to single file restarts, and hopefully that'll clean things up a little bit here.
Hopefully it's a key word.
Describing the rules there from Justin White, he said that while we will be doing single file restarts, you still are not allowed to change lines before the start-finish line, so we'll have to keep an eye on that and see if anyone does break that rule and enact the almighty wrath of Justin White, the sheriff. I agree with Matthew Burke there. Give us the chaos!
Well, we've got plenty of it. There is more to come.
I am a lover of chaos and all things to do with it. So, yes, I agree, Matthew. Give us the chaos.
We know you are a lover of chaos.
I'm the one who pioneered the chaos theory. And that theory goes, if the first 60 laps of a race, or the first quarter of a race is absolute chaos, the entire race is going to be chaos.
I mean, you're not wrong there.
And fists being thrown in the YouTube chat. Jordan Bridge is saying Justin White eats corn on the cob the long way. Okay.
Wow.
And then our good friend Darby saying, Justin Bridges, you paid to watch. Says more about you. And wow. Yeah, shots definitely being thrown here as pace car should be making that hard left turn on the pit road. Green flag back in the air. Single file restarts 2006 style. Here we go. Green flag back in the air.
Here they come as they work their way through the middle of the corner and around the outside. Jordan Durasic tries to power his way through around Brandon Slew. Can't quite get it done just yet as he will try to cross over down to the bottom of the racetrack with drivers such as Matt Cherry and Matt Garrett getting in the picture.
Brandon Slew having to hold up a little bit of guys here. He's being a bit of a cork in the bottle for Matt Cherry and Jordan Durasic here. Durasic looking to the inside of Brandon Slew while simultaneously fighting Matt Cherry in the 45. And that's just allowing Tristan Bruce and Kyle Bartles to get away from these three.
It really is. With these drivers here battling for position, it's going to allow as Slew sends it down to the bottom of the racetrack all the way from the top as Cherry crosses up to the top side. Burleson and Matt Garrett also trying to fight their way through as Cherry will clear Brandon for that third spot as they come into 3 and 4. But here comes Garrett and Slew back on the pressure here as they come out. Almost contact as they gather it back up.
TJ DeBlasi getting into this battle as well. He was sideways about 30 laps ago in that 78 machine, but he's working. Oh, back in the back. Todd Lee's around. Oh. Bo.
Or Bo.
Hashtag do not go with Bo. And I believe. Uh-oh.
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 No.
Oh, well, rest in peace, Clapper.
Game over, man. Game over.
And there's Bo Condon.
That's...
If you're going to stick to your rules, Justin White.
Now is the time.
Yeah, that's, yeah. That one's pretty clear-cut there. Back under caution here at North Wilkesboro, lap 175 of 220, or excuse me, 176 at 225. We cross 50 to go, people. It's almost over. But Tristan Bruce still leads. Kyle Bartles up in the second spot. Matt Cherry up in third. Matt Garrett fourth. Got the Matt and Matt show there, third and fourth. Jordan Durasic up in fifth position. Brandon Slew, sixth. TJ DeBlasi back up to seventh after spinning a little bit earlier on. Anthony Burleson in eighth. Joshua Carter in ninth. And Justin Clapper, possibly being parked this race, going to be running 10th preemptively.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens here. The race officials are, I guess, verifying everything. But yeah, that was something that officials are going to be looking at here as they work their way around the circuit.
JCR Titans in the YouTube chat saying if this was a NASCAR race, the amount of commercials would be crazy. Well, we're not Fox, so there's that.
Don't tell Austin that. He would have a heart attack.
Oh, yeah, he would.
He would go on a rant.
He would. Radio silence so far from race control on what the ruling on that wreck is going to be.
I guess our producer's hungry because he's wanting some chicken from Popeyes.
Hey, Popeyes is pretty good if you go to the right location.
Yeah, that's the key. You have to go to the right one.
That's true. You know, there's always 3 in every city. There's the bad one, the mediocre one, and the good one.
I mean, you can't.
And it rotates every day. It rotates every day somehow.
But you know what's better than Popeyes? I'd have to say is Bojangles.
I've never had Bojangles, so I can't speak on that.
You got to get a Bowberry biscuit.
Triple Whopper, Impossible or Bacon Whopper, I rule this day.
So, for those of you who are wondering, our amazing producer decided to play the Whoppers commercial. So, fun story about that. I was in Orlando and doing a broadcast for the SCUSA Winter Tour at Orlando Kart Center. And one of our camera people and social media guys literally had a YouTube video of nothing but the Whopper commercial on instant loop for 6 hours. We would check on him like, "Are you okay, dude?" And he's still going.
And race control has labeled that wreck complete net code, but green flag back in the air here at North Wilkesboro as Tristan Bruce gets another good restart here. Kyle Bartle's going to go on the chase once again, and Hornets Nest already starting to form a little bit further back for about 6th or 7th as now TJ DeBlasi and Brandon Slew side by side down to 3.
Side by side for position as DeBlasi is trying to fight his way back up through the field as they come out of turn number 4. He will almost clear Brandon Slew for position for the 6th spot, but can't do it. He will still fight for position as they come through the middle of turn 2. Contact between the two of them as they come out and work their way across. DeBlasi up to P6.
DeBlasi moving up once again, working his way back up here, wanting to get back up into this battle for the lead here, as now he sets his eyes on 5th spot being Jordan Durasic, and this whole gaggle of cars in front of him being Jordan Durasic, Matt Garrett, Matt Cherry, Kyle Bartles, and Tristan Bruce.
Yeah, Tristan Bruce trying to hold on as the race leader. He's got a 0.4 of a second lead over Kyle Bartles as Matt Garrett will try to get around Durasic for the 4th spot. Durasic's trying to fight his way through, but the MTV Chevrolet and Wall Speedway machine is holding strong as they work their way around.
Through 3 and 4 here, keeping our eyes on what's happening here. I'm pulling a line out of your book, Taylor, here. Keeping an eye on the action.
Yeah. I hear you over there, Darby.
Mine's absolutely from the Absolutely 500. If you're an OG, you know.
Watching Brandon Schumann now holding the 4th position. Or actually, no. He's actually in the 10th position, and Justin Clapper is in 9th, still in this race. As he works his way around, Olazewski also in the mix as Montgomery. I'm surprised he is still survived with all the chaos he's been through. As, speaking of which, he almost just got sent into the wall right there.
Him and Brandon Schumann have been at each other's throats pretty much all night. Ooh, almost a little bit of contact between the two there. Between Matthew Montgomery and Brandon Schumann there off of 4. As, Burleson gives a little bit of a hip check to, I believe that's Brandon Slew in the 0-2. Matthew Montgomery to the outside of Justin Clapper there off of turn number 2.
Clapper's trying to hold on as he will complete the pass on Montgomery for the 9th spot, and Montgomery's trying to think about going back around in the grid vision car. Can't quite do it, as there you saw Albright getting back onto the track carefully.
Down in the corner here, bumper from 94. A couple of bumpers from the 94 of Colgan to the 9 of Matthew Montgomery. Everyone keeps it straight there. As we cross the lap 190 mark here tonight. Coming up on, I believe that is 35 to go here in tonight's race. It has been a long one here tonight. So if you're still here with us on Grid Vision, we would love to thank you, because it has been a tough race here tonight. And it has definitely been a battle of who can survive. As I feel like everyone in this race has been in one incident or another here tonight. So it has definitely been a test of endurance and willpower and any other mental strength you can think of. Shut up, Darby.
I mean, hey, nothing wrong with that.
Oh, it's almost a little bit of contact further back between Matthew Montgomery and Justin Clapper, as these guys are 4 peas in a pod there. That feels weird to say. Is contact between Clapper and Montgomery. He saves it, though.
As Colgan and Clapper are going to go side by side and battle for position. That is for the 9th spot. Clapper holds the outside lane, tries to get around Brandon Slew, but here comes down to the bottom of the racetrack Colgan, who will use Slew as a pick, and they'll go side by side for position. Colgan maintains the spot.
Now looking to the inside of Brandon Slew. This is for 8th position, or 8th position here. As Colgan is just meandering his way up the positions here. This is working on Anthony Burleson now, and he will. 2 for the price of 1 through turns 3 and 4 for Robert Colgan.
Colgan will move up a spot, and here comes Justin Clapper. He'll put the bumper right there to Brandon Slew to get around him. He's losing valuable time to your race leader as they come across the back straightaway heading into turn 3 and 4. You're right on board with Clapper, as there you see Burleson. He's starting to lose a little bit of time stuck on that outside lane.
I'm looking a little bit further ahead of these guys. You got a battle for the 5th spot as TJ DeBlasie's working around the 6 of Jordan Durasic. But our eyes are keeping on this battle as DeBlasie does get clear of Durasic further up. But our eyes are staying on this Hornet's Nest here back up front. As of course, right as we put our cameras on it, the battle cools down. As I just got a disapproving tongue click from Austin Derbyshire. That's the most passive-aggressive thing ever. Just a disappointed tongue click.
I mean, it happens. Very exciting, very exciting. We're going to see how this plays out for some of our drivers as they work their way around the circuit. Watching on here as... Let's see if Schumann is going to set up a pass right here to get around the driver, Brandon Slew, as he is just stuck. Brandon is kind of just being that cork in the bottle, and once these drivers get around, we could see the possibilities of some drivers making some headway up towards the front of the field right now, as here comes Schumann down to the inside, and he's trying to complete the pass and almost makes contact with him. Brandon, of course, is on 76 lap old tires compared to the 38 that we see from Schumann.
Brandon Schumann definitely, I believe is he on the fresher tires?
Yes, he is on 38 lap old tires.
Okay, that does make sense. That math is mathing there. As
I just said this math, but you weren't listening.
I was on my phone. I'm sorry.
On here as we pick up the battle, and Schumann will complete the pass, but Slew is just holding strong in that outside lane for the time being as they will continue to battle for position. This could open the door for Burleson to get the spot, but Schumann will clear Slew off of turn 2.
Meanwhile, a little bit further up, TJ DeBlasie has gotten past both Matt Cherry and Matt Garrett here as he just moved from 5th to 3rd in 1 lap as our battle for the lead is heating up as well.
Battle for the race lead here with only less than 25 laps to go for your Raiders, and lap traffic up ahead for Tristan Bruce as they catch up to Chase Albright.
Don't look now. TJ DeBlasie's coming back up as well. He's wanting to get back up. Oh, as now Albright's in the wall here. He's going to keep it out of the way of your 2 race leaders and let them battle on here. Oh, caution, though, on the racetrack.
Let's see who it is.
The good old saying, that changes everything. Oh! Gregory Shepsis. And Matthew Montgomery involved as well. Get a look at the replay here. What happened here? I wonder aloud. Oh, hip check from Matthew Montgomery there. Oh, okay. Just flat turned him there. Oh, and up front contact between Bartles and Tristan Bruce. That was live.
Short track
Tristan. Yeah, Tristan Bruce tried to go down pit road and faked out, or tried to fake out some people, and he made a very late move and made some contact with Kyle Bartles. Get a look at it here. You see, he'll make a move like he's deking down towards pit road, and right at the last second, boom. I don't think Kyle Bartles is going to be too happy with that.
No, I don't think so either.
We're going to have to see what race control says here on that incident, though, and then we'll see if he decides to look at what happened going on to pit road there. As we continue the slow crawl back towards a restart, ooh, we may have a decision from race control.
Drum roll, please.
Nope, maybe not. Ooh. 2 cars being parked here. Justin Clapper being parked and Gregory Shepsis being parked from race control.
Oh, boy.
Justin Clapper for causing the caution, and Gregory Shepsis being parked for what happened after Matthew Montgomery was around. Yeah, you see, this is, Gregory Shepsis just not checking up for a caution. So 2 separate cars getting parked here tonight. And we see Justin White laying the hammer down here. This is what we love to see from race control.
Ladies and gentlemen,
not give a rip.
The sheriff has entered the building.
We love Justin White here on Grid Vision. Average Justin White enjoyer, but green flag back in the air here. Just under 20 laps to go at North Wilkesboro as the 21 of Tristan Bruce gets a big-time restart. Kind of leaves Kyle Bartles and TJ DeBlasi to battle on for second position here. DeBlasi got a really good restart, and he is on fresher tires than Tristan Bruce and Kyle Bartles are.
Yeah, so keep an eye on this because TJ DeBlasi is going to make a push for the front of the field as Robert Colgan, he's trying to get his way up into the top 3 as he will battle with Matt Cherry for position.
Oh, contact between the two there as Matt Cherry and Robert Colgan bumping doors off of turn number 2.
Trouble,
Caution
Todd Lee and Matt Holmes.
Todd Lee, Matt Holmes around on the back straightaway. We'll see here, get a replay. Ooh. Was that a caution?
Oh. So Brandon Slew and Matt Garrett, maybe.
Brandon Slew was slow off of 2. Does he just get loose? Yeah, he just gets loose. That's a racing deal. No hammers being laid for this one. And Bo Condon saying he wants to be clear that the 25 was not told to park. Yeah, we figured that you volunteered to park. Ooh, burn. I'm sorry, Bo. That was very mean.
That was mean. You need to go sit.
That was mean. I feel
Go to your
bad.
corner.
I'm already in my corner. What are you talking about?
Well, you need to sit there and think about what you did.
I'm already thinking about what I did.
And
I apologize, Bo. That was
there
very
you
mean.
go. We try, ladies and gentlemen, to teach him how to be proper.
It doesn't work.
We failed.
It doesn't work. They put all their money into me and it still fails.
Wait, you get paid for this?
Yeah, I do. This is where a good chunk of my monthly income comes from.
Oh, goodness.
Like 10%, I think. Shock therapy is next. Oh, God. Ladies and gentlemen, if I'm not here next week, assume they tortured me to death.
We wouldn't torture you.
That's a lie.
No, seriously, we wouldn't. I wouldn't torture you. I can't say the same thing for Darby.
Yeah, I was going to say Darby would. Darby would not hesitate at all.
As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, the length of this race and the silliness that has happened in this race has gone to our heads. We're 10 laps away.
We are 10 laps away, though, but it's going to be a test to see how long those 10 laps take.
But at what cost?
My sanity is the main thing. Good question there in the chat. Is the top 10 all on the same stint length tires? We will pull that up right after this restart is done cycling out here as green flag back in the air here. Tristan Bruce with another good restart. Kyle Bartels gets into the wall for just a second there, but Bruce crucially gets clear of both Bartels and de Blasi down into turn one. Matt Cherry and Robert Colgan are side by side here. But we'll go ahead and get a look here at tire stint lengths. As you see, Tristan Bruce on fresher tires than Kyle Bartels, but TJ de Blasi on about 50 lap fresher tires than the both of them combined.
Yeah, this is going to be critical to see here with the drivers working their way as de Blasi has 10 laps to try and find his way as his caution is out. Brandon Slew is around.
Brandon Slew around again. That sounded so backhanded again. Look at the replay here. Brandon Slew down into turn number one. Looks like it's just a self-spin for the 0-2. And that looks to be the end of Brandon Slew's night.
A lot of damage to the nose of that 0-2 G Fuel.
Oh, no, I was talking about he's already been parked.
Oh, he's been parked now?
I believe so. I thought I heard race control telling him to park it. Because they told it, from what I was told, it was no matter who's at fault or how many cars are involved, whoever's at fault gets parked.
Okay. Hopefully we can at least get this done before a green-white checkered attempt comes into play.
If we get green-white checkers, I'm screaming.
Please don't. At least turn your at least turn your microphone off, then scream. So that way it doesn't blare into my ears.
Hey,
please.
I have push to talk, so y'all won't hear it.
Okay.
Lap 219 of 225 here. Tristan Bruce still leading. Kyle Bartels second. TJ de Blasi third, as it has been since about lap 180. These guys definitely are the class of the field here tonight. TJ de Blasi led a pretty good chunk of laps earlier. Clash in the YouTube chat saying crazy they're parking guys to begin with. Well, normally they're not parking guys for, one caused caution or two caused cautions, but the only reason they're parking guys tonight is purely because of the amount of cautions we have. I lost track at about 13 or 14 cautions, but we've had a lot of cautions tonight, and I believe it was around lap, what was it, Taylor? About lap 150, 160, right as we were going to a commercial break, Justin White said that from now on it was going to be single file restarts, and whoever was the cause of the next caution was going to get parked. So it's not like they'd do this normally. It's purely because of the amount of cautions we've had tonight.
It really is. It's the amount of cautions that we've had, as well as the certain types of cautions that we had. Some that were kind of silly in a sense that they shouldn't be caused. And if you think about it, we could have had more due to the fact of just how quickly some of these cars are getting loose, cutting through the grass, hitting the wall on the inside lane, coming off front straightaway here. So it could have been more if it wasn't for the fact of some of those incidents.
Yeah, and I'll get a accurate count once this race is over, but we are for sure well over 20 cautions at this point. So, I mean, it happens with short track racing. I mean, you can't expect every race to be a green flag. I mean, there's a dime a dozen that goes completely green all the way through, but short track races with netcode and all things considered, they're not going to be clean. This is expected going in, but I think race control wants the racing to be as clean as possible, and this was done in that fact, trying to make racing as clean as possible. It's green flag back in the air here at North Wilkesboro. Tristan Bruce, once again, getting another amazing restart here. Kyle Bartels and Tristan Bruce following suit as Robert Colgan now in the top 5 for the first time, or the second time tonight.
Yeah, he's going to have to fight his way through as Matt Garrett will work his way up into the 6th spot. As here comes de Blasi with a head of steam here as they come across out of turn number 4. 2 laps to go for your race leader.
2 laps to go here at North Wilkesboro. Tristan Bruce on some really old tires here. Kyle Bartels trying to fight back on the inside here. I think TJ de Blasi is just waiting to see if things get crazy for these two. Coming off of turn for number 4, side by side, coming to the white flag. Tristan Bruce, Kyle Bartels side by side. Will the bumper be used here at North Wilkesboro as they're still side by side for the lead? Bartels now has the nose off of 2. He's going to loop it off of turn number 2. Down into turn number 3. TJ de Blasi has a chance here, but coming off of turn number 4, Tristan Bruce survives and pulls off a win here at North Wilkesboro.
Amazing drive for Tristan Bruce to take home the checker flag here at North Wilkesboro as they work their way. And Brandon Slew's going to try to finish this race going backwards.
Pulling a Kyle Busch. Hey, look at that. My pick after everything he's gone through tonight, finishing 3rd on the night. I just want to say that.
But doesn't count as a point.
I know. But in our thunderclap winning moment here, Tristan Bruce pulls it off here after an absolute endurance race here at North Wilkesboro. Final race time here tonight, 1 hour and 47 minutes for 225 laps, and Tristan Bruce survives to pull it off.
Amazing for him to be able to pull it off as he survives here at North Wilkesboro, as he will burn it down here on the front straightaway with the Planic Express Chevrolet. With that, we're going to take our fill.
Be right back with post race.
You're watching the Thunderclap iRacing Series live on Grid Vision. We'll be back with our full field review as well as also interviews with our top 3.
Back live here at North Wilkesboro Speedway, Tristan Bruce pulls off the endurance race, leading 102 laps on the night, finishing first and winning tonight's race from North Wilkesboro Speedway. TJ DeBlasi leads 41 himself and finishes in second place tonight. Robert Colgan pulls off a third place here tonight after starting in the top 5, getting involved in an early accident, but fighting his way through a lot of stuff and finishing third on the night. Matt Cherry in fourth. Jordan Durasic leads 81 and finishes fifth. Brandon Schumann in sixth. Anthony Burleson seventh. Todd Lee eighth. Matt Garrett ninth. And Matt Holmes rounds out your top 10.
Andrew Olazuski will come home in 11th, followed by Joshua Kohner 12th. 13th, Matthew Montgomery. Kyle Bartles, 14th position. He will be 2 laps down. Or no, that'll be Brandon Slew, who will be 2 laps down. Chase Albright, 16th. Justin Clappers, 18th or 17th. And Gregory Shepsis will be 18th. 19th with Bill Condon. Robert Walton in 20th position. And the rest of your field, 21st, Chase Leahy, Reed Foley, Christopher Tate, and Damian Neeson.
That's going to take us straight into our post-race coverage here. First off, Robert Colgan, absolute survival of the fittest tonight. You started in the top 5, ended up in the inside wall on the front stretch a few laps into the race, and you went through absolute hell, but you pulled off a third position. How are you feeling tonight?
Yeah, I felt like I had the car to win. In a couple races like that, feel like you have the car to win, and then something bad happens. My own stupidity early in the race came back, made my way back up in the top 5, and got stuff back in the wall again. Fixed some stuff, and it was a battle of tempers, and I actually got to go to the hauler after this. Guess we're gonna have a little chit chat. So had a little bit of beef with some guys, but I'll take third overall.
Yeah, small flex here, but you were the only Grid Vision pick on the night to finish the race. So congratulations on that, Robert. You survived 19 cautions for 99 laps tonight. Does that affect the mental after a while? You know, you're sitting there just pacing constantly. Does that really affect your mentality of the race at all?
Not really. I mean, I set my car up tonight just to cruise on the bottom, so I knew where they were going to go. It was just, you know, the caution after caution after caution. I could put that car anywhere I wanted to, and I don't even know if I really got past. I mean, I was passing guys, but the only time I got past was when I made my own stupid mistake and put it in the wall. But not really. I mean, I think for some guys it does. It, you know, gets them out of their rhythm, and that's why we kept having caution after caution, and you got to have a light foot to drive around here.
Fair enough. Heading into next week at Charlotte with the Xfinity cars, how are you feeling for that one? Of course, Charlotte being one of the crowd favorites here.
Pretty good. I mean, I run, you know, pretty decent at Charlotte. I feel like I've been running pretty decent this year. I've just had a couple of bad spots. I mean, Cherry and a couple other guys better get their back ends in check, though, because I'm done being nice, and the playoffs are right around the corner, and those are the races that matter. And I got a list in my back pocket, and I'm prepared to retaliate if need be.
Robert Colgan sending the warning there. Congratulations on the third place tonight, Robert. Catch you next week, hopefully at Charlotte, and hopefully things can stave off till the playoffs.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I just want to thank Outlier Speed Company. They supply some real good open setups for A, B, and C class. You guys in the booth, Race Control, everybody that, you know, keeps us going, all the sponsors. It's been a nice time, and I guess I'll let you guys go so you can go talk to second place. I'm gonna go get my back end yelled at now while I'm in the hauler.
Well, hopefully it's not too bad, Robert. Congratulations on the P3 tonight.
Thank you.
Was Robert Colgan your second place finisher? Now, speaking with your second place finisher, TJ DeBlasi, is Taylor Burke.
Here with TJ DeBlasi. TJ, you've had a couple of up and down moments here for you in this race. Walk us through some of the chaos that you had to overcome to recover for this top 2 finish.
Yeah, the race started out really good. I had a lot of speed. I mean, I put 120 laps on that first set of tires, and wear and everything was really good on them. When I got new tires on, I think it was like the second or third restart into the final stage, or I just got the gas too much off 4 and lost control a little bit. Got some damage on the left front, and fixed that. Got back, started moving back to the front. There's a wreck in front of me. Got into that. Had to go back to the back and fix some more damage. So it was a little back and forth there. You know, when you're up in the top three, it's smooth sailing. But if you do anything that puts you back towards the back, you know, you're dodging wrecks left and right. You're getting tight. All sorts of different things can happen. So I just slowly made my way back to the front after that second wreck and put new tires on it, and I was able to keep them under me.
Well, before we let you go and celebrate this recovery drive to second place, anyone you'd like to say thank you to?
No, all good.
Well, that is TJ de Blasi coming home.
Go ahead. Thank you guys for doing this every week. You guys are awesome. Podcast is great, so keep doing it. Sound good.
We appreciate that, TJ. That's TJ de Blasi coming home in second place as our race winner, Tristan Bruce, is now joined up here in the booth, and he is with Nick Stein.
Tristan Bruce, you pull off the survival of the fittest here tonight, leading 100, and I believe it was 102 laps on the night, surviving 19 cautions as well. How are you feeling, man?
Ready. I'm glad that's over with. Nothing about that was fun in my opinion. It's honestly, it's the car. That's what I think. It's not fun to drive, but it was fun to stay out of everyone's way and be able to come back with 2 weeks in a row with 2 wins. So that's nice.
Yeah, looking ahead to next week, it's Charlotte with the Xfinity cars for Patriotic Weekend and Memorial Day Weekend. How are you feeling for that one?
Yeah, now that I'm looking a lot forward to. Charlotte's a fun track. The Xfinity car, it's a great car. It's fun to drive, everything about it. So definitely looking forward to next week, and the racing should be a lot more better.
Yeah, Charlotte, always a fun track to watch, especially with the Xfinity cars. I'm personally looking forward to that one as well. But before we let you go celebrate this win and get out of here, who do you got to thank? Who gets it done for?
Just my family for watching every week, and like I said last week, me, myself, and I getting it done, put in the victory lane.
Yeah, congratulations on the win tonight, Tristan. Hopefully we get to talk to you again next week, maybe 3 in a row, possibly.
Of course, I'll try. Thank you, guys.
That was Tristan Bruce, your winner here tonight, and well, that's going to do it for us tonight. Before we get going, though, we're going to go ahead and look, I believe, at our schedule for, is it next week? I believe either that or the rest of this week, but pretty much the same thing going on here. Thursday night, tomorrow night, actually, we got a High Slide Racing League Truck Series at Auto Club for the Autism Speaks 96 at Auto Club. That'll be a good one. It's going to be me and Sheldon Adkins on the call for that one. And, of course, Friday night for Coca-Cola 600 second split coverage. And the Ryko Performance Friday night NIS top split coverage, be there or be square. That'll be a fun one. But before we get going for the night, Taylor, any final thoughts here tonight?
Well, first and foremost, it's great to be wrapping up another great event here for the Thunderclap iRacing Series presented by TLC Incorporated. And like you said, we're heading to Charlotte Motor Speedway next week for these drivers. That's going to be exciting to watch, especially with the Xfinity cars. And I got to say, for us here at Grid Vision, be prepared for a long night this coming Friday as we get set for the Coca-Cola 600.
Well, that is going to do it for us tonight. From the entire Grid Vision team, we'd like to thank you for watching and participating in the chat. You guys were absolutely insane tonight. Really kept us entertained throughout the night, so thank you for that. For more information on getting your league broadcasted or starting your career in broadcasting, how about you come do what we do and then try making fun of us and saying how easy this is. It's not as easy as it looks, guys. But if you want to get into that or get your own league broadcasted, contact us on Facebook, X, or email us at info@gridvision.live. Special thanks to Andrew Cardinal IV of Whiplash Sim Cams for providing the cams used on today's broadcast. Congratulations to Tristan Bruce on winning tonight's race from North Wilkesboro. Of course, as always, it's been Nick Stein, Taylor Burris in the color spot, Austin Derbyshire up in the production truck. We'll see you next week at Charlotte for the Thunderclap iRacing Series, or if you're going to watch tomorrow, we'll see you tomorrow for the High Slide Racing League Truck Series from Auto Club Speedway. Good night, everyone. See you next time on the grid.